All right, One Trick Pony. Hey, Billy Balls. My wife loved your pie crust video. Oh, by the way, I tried lard in my for my crust for the first time, and it was a total game changer. The best crust I ever made. It did feel weird to smell bacon as I was making the pie crust, but thank you to everybody that suggested that. Your critique really helped my pie crust. Thank you. All right. So, anyways, this person says she's a fan of yours as well. She loved the pie crust video. She's a fan of yours as well and has been exposed to hours of your podcast. She likes you, Bill. Let me lead with that. Well, here comes the big fucking slap in the face. But of course, like all great women, she still has a capacity to chop a man down at the knees. After the video, I casually said, "Can't wait for the next one." She responded in an "oh sweetie" tone with, "Ha ha, well, how many of these tricks do you think he has up his sleeve?" This resulted in a long discussion where I defended your potential skills, and she went with the, "I love Bill Burr. I'm just assuming he doesn't have much more to rival this pie crust." Whether you can make a full series out of these videos or not, can you please explain to my wife that you're not a one-trick pony? And even if you are a one-trick pony, it's bullshit and unfair to assume this much. Thanks. Come back to Wisconsin, home of corruption as seen in documentaries. Well, you know something, as you get older as a man, you understand where that's coming from. Why your wife, as you said, like all great women, always have to take you out of the knees. What it is, as much as you got to stop internalizing that and taking it personally, what it is it's almost like a subconscious fear thing that they have. You know what I mean? Like, when they don't know you and they see you doing something, they have a positive reaction to it, going, "Oh, look, he can make a pie crust. I bet he's going to be a great dad," right? They think shit like that. But after they get with you, and then they love you and they don't want to lose you, when they see you continuing to grow as a person, I can't even say this is a female thing. This is like a thing in general that people do in relationships, is you actually hold back the person you love because you see them expanding on who they are, and because it's something new and different and moves in a different direction. I think subconsciously a certain type of person feels insecure. So then they have to tether it to the ground with fucking criticism rather than encouraging the person. So I think that's where it's coming from. But as far as addressing it, like, I will just say this as far as my cooking and baking. Like, you don't just know how to make cornflakes and you can also make a pie crust. You know what I mean? Knowing how to make a pie crust takes all of your shit to the next level. Okay? Know this. Because I can do that, like, back in the day, I used to look at, like, making, like, a quiche or something like that, going, "Oh, my God, that's fucking impossible, the crust alone." Or making a turkey pot pie, or anything that involves having a crust. You can add that. I recently have learned how to smoke meat. I smoked ribs. I can make all of my mother, when we all moved out, she wrote out all of her recipes, hand wrote them all out on cards, and we have all of them, and we can all cook the meals that she made when we were growing up. Like, I can make you Hungarian goulash. And you know what else? I can make the fucking noodles from scratch. I took a pasta making class. As you suspected, sir, your wife has no idea what the fuck she's talking about. What it really was, it was coming from a place of insecurity and jealousy. And right now she's going to roll her eyes and be like, "Oh my God, blah, 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 blah." It's fucking true. Because that's really just like to have like that, "Oh, sweetie" tone. You know how they do that shit. You go out, you start looking a little too good, you get a new suit, right? You're looking a little, they got to make a comment. They fucking do it with each other. It's hilarious. I think that's one of the main reasons that's fucking them up, by the way. When they always talk about the wage gap and all that, one of the biggest problems with the wage gap is not men. It's the fact that women don't get together and create businesses enough They just don't do it because they're too busy going, look at this bitch and fucking look at her. She's too fucking skinny. She needs to eat something. She's got on too much she knows what she's doing. You know, they don't work well together. I don't know why, but that's not our fault. I'm sure it is, though, if you watch The View. I'm sure they could spin it around to us. So, yes, sir, I actually absolutely love cooking, and it isn't the only trick I have up my sleeve. I could obviously make more of those, but the thing about it was that was a specific skill. It was for the holidays. And people have suggested, well, why don't you do one on how to smoke meat? Or why don't you do one about making pasta from scratch? My thing is, because you could watch Mario Batali do it, you can watch champion smokers do it. So I guess what makes mine different is that I make it funny. You know, I just looked at it as a one fucking random thing that I was going to do. But, you know, now that she's been a douche about it, you know what? I'll make another one at some point, I guess. Let's see, what the fuck will I do? The turkey pot pie on the big green egg? I mean, I've watched YouTube videos of all of those. I just didn't really saw somebody do like is there a pie crust video? I don't know. I just thought it'd be fun. I literally feel like I'm in a relationship right now. I'm sorry that video annoyed you. Oh, God, they're so fucking moody. Yeah, I will figure out something else. To make one of those. I'll do like one a year. No, it's actually giving me some ideas. Like maybe I'll do one. Oh, the summer's coming. All right, you're going to show up to 4th of July. Here's a quick fucking thing you can make. You know, maybe I'll do it. I just don't like committing to shit like that. I love not having a job, which is why I'm a fucking comedian. I really enjoy this whole I work when I want to, rather than being, okay, we need 20 episodes of this. All right, Thursday afternoon podcast. Got me laid, Bill. Oh, something positive. Oh, John, do you really think you could get somebody else laid? It's a fucking disease. It's probably why we die 8 years earlier, just because they just won't give it up. But if you get yourself out in front of it, next time your wife does that to you, sir, next time she takes you out at the knees, just come up to her and stroke the side of her face. You know, when you go out and get a new car and you, oh, honey, don't you think you're a little bit old for that car? You know, does one of those things, makes you feel stupid, right? Just walk up, stroke the side of her face. Just, oh, sweetie, don't worry. I'm not going to leave you. It's okay. Shh, it's okay. I know I look good in the car. I'm sorry. Something like that. Something creepy. All right, Bill, last week on New Year's Eve, my wife and I listened to your podcast after we put the kids to bed. We drank wine and laughed our asses off. That's great. This woke us up, energized us. Just as the throwback clip came on, it appeared that we may have sex to ring in the new year. Well, boy, oh boy, not more than a few notes into the outro song, we were going at it. It was all over just moments after the song ended, so maybe 4 minutes or so of ball-dropping bliss. My dick thanks you for the laughs and the soundtrack. Did you guys fuck to the MeUndies song? I don't think I needed to know that.